Your presence has sent an emphatic signal throughout the world that a new Africa is here and that it means business. The future does not merely belong to us. Our youth make us the future.
My fellow children and I propose these solutions. Support children's projects like child-led organization on recycling and tree planting. Climate finance should support school feeding, not just food, but a balanced diet. We also need finance to keep girls in school, not in child marriage.
As youth, we call upon the key stakeholders to recognize, promote, and invest in the decision of the Africa Youth Climate Assembly by establishing the Assembly as the principal forum for consolidating and meaningfully enhancing the coordination of youth engagement in climate governance across member states beyond the Africa Climate Summit. And we also urge the key stakeholders to support youth inclusion in advancing Africa's sustainable development goals and the Great Growth Agenda in official continental forums.
The scientific evidence is compelling, the window of opportunity is closing, and the stakes are too high. We must act swiftly, together, for a sustainable, ecologically just, equitable future for Africa and the world.
The World Meteorological Organization supports strongly the development of capacities for the generation of sound and impact-based information services for climate change adaptation and mitigation.
Various stakeholders, including governments, the private sector, multilateral banks, and philanthropists, have made substantial commitments totaling a remarkable US $23 billion for green growth, mitigation, and adaptation efforts across Africa.
On climate finance, we commit to establish mechanisms that scale up green investments from the private sector. On green investment, we commit to adopt green and circular business models, designing products that are environmentally friendly and ensure integration of sustainability throughout the value chains. On decarbonization, we commit to actively seek opportunities for nature-based solutions in decarbonization plans and our commitment to net zero, carbon markets, and just transition.
We call for increased support and solidarity from international community, especially the developed countries, to provide adequate, predictable, and accessible financing, technology transfer, and the capacity building for Africa adaptation effort, in line with the Paris Agreement goal of mobilizing US $100 billion annually by 2020.
The world needs to come together to make available accessible, adequate, and affordable climate finance to the developing countries, including Africa, for effective climate action and meeting their NDCs. Developing countries cannot deploy low-carbon climate technologies at scale unless a facilitative global technology transfer regime is in place.
We call on African states, governments, bilateral institutions, and other actors to create a focal point and liaison offices at the African Union headquarters of Africa for indigenous peoples. We call on them to ensure effective and meaningful participation of African indigenous peoples in all development agendas and high-level decision-making processes such as the African Climate Summit.
As people of faith, we continue to pray and act rightly for the common good of all, while calling for greater transparency in climate finance management.
Africa, with the Nairobi spirit, should in no way lose these two opportunities in order to push forward its own agenda for more climate justice, for more concrete action and honoring of commitments, and also for the need for adaptation and transition.
Let us go home satisfied with a job very well done, proud of our progress we have made, and eager to embark on the next phase of our transformation everywhere on our continent. I know we've come from different corners of this continent. Please go home with your head very high. You have done very well. Congratulations. May God bless you. May God bless our great continent. And may God bless humanity. Asante sana. Thank you very much.